And welcome back to Who Would Win. And this week's Who Would Win comes to us from SpongeBob 64 Man, who asked the question, who would win in a fight? Yujiro Hanma from Baki the Grappler, father of Baki and the strongest creature in the world, versus Ken Hake... I don't watch the series or read or manga or watch the series, so Ken Kaneki? Kaneki? Go Kaneki. The main protagonist from Tokyo Ghoul. Now, I had to actually look up this guy's abilities, so I had the page right in front of me. So we'll start with Yujiro Hanma first. Yujiro Hanma from Baki the Grappler is the father of Baki, the main character. He is basically considered the strongest creature in the world. He's a man upwards of 6 foot tall, completely built muscle. He is a fighter. He's a warrior. He's a demon in many ways. He is considered a demon. His muscles even contort into the face of a demon on his back. He is the most skilled, the most powerful fighter in the world. He's so powerful that there are there are like laws and treaties with other countries about what to do with him should he be in the area. He's not truly, but he can like catch a bullet. He's kind of like small arms fireproof. He's strong. He took a lightning strike and didn't even flinch one time. And he was so strong. I believe this is the case. He's so strong. He stopped an earthquake with a punch. He punches with the power of a tectonic shift. You know what? In fact, I'm just gonna get him up just so I can confirm that that's the case. Yujiro Hanma. So let's see here. Yujiro Hanma. There we go. It's often called. He's often called the world's strongest creature, or the ogre. He is also pretty sadistic, very brutal, even to his own kid. In Dabaki, it just doesn't really matter at all. He's the strongest character in the series, with the strength being said equal that of an entire army or more. He's able to defeat the American military force by himself during the Vietnam War. He was 16 at the time. Some of his greatest feats of strength include pushing back 100 riot police completely, stopping the tectonic activity of an earthquake by punching the ground, tapping craters in concrete easily, knocking out a great giant elephant that not even tanks could damage, and cutting glass apart with his fingers, even crushing diamond into dust. That means he crushes with a power of around 300 tons, or 3 million tons, I believe it is, because literally they just did the death battle with Kenshiro for a Fist of North Star and Jotaro, and Diamond came to figures, so he can crush that. His body muscles are so strong and durable enough to the point that he's able to do things like breaking samurai swords, knives by gripping them, walking through bulletproof glass walls, and shaking skyscrapers by merely making his muscles tense. It's implied it's actually his body's aura. Another indication of strength would also be his durability, as durability and strength are consistent with each other. He's durable enough to take the full impact hit from literally anything or anyone on Earth without flinching or even being damaged whatsoever. He was shown to not be injured at all after falling from the top of a 50-story skyscraper, has never once been shown actually being hurt by any character who has hit him in the entire series, excluding one character who used power of his own punches against him. Yujiro was shown to effortlessly overpower with just one finger the likes of Olivia, who is strong enough to cause interference into GPS signals in cars all over the planet with a punch from the ground. So he can beat the person like that with one finger. But his body's durable enough to tank things like bullets, fire, lightning strikes, blades, disease of any kind, cannibals, and even missiles, with none of these things being able to penetrate his skin or injure him at all. He was easily able to move a bullet timer speeds when he was just 16. He was shown to catch a 45-pound arrow that required 200 kilograms of force to successfully project, and caught it before leaving the bowstrings from 9 feet away. He was shown to have moved at warp-like speeds that are imperceptible to other characters' vision, almost as if teleporting. He's able to easily outmaneuver any character in the series in terms of pure speed, with characters who are at mid-top tier level beings able to traverse across hundreds of miles in a matter of hours on foot. He can strike with enough velocity to break the sound barrier and rip through the air, causing intense gusts of wind. When Yujiro flexes his latissimus dorsal muscles, his back takes the shape of a demon's face, thus increasing his strength and combat abilities. He is consistently advancing his strength and becoming stronger with each person he defeats every day, essentially devouring them, as he himself tends to say, all the while his demon back is exposed. A genius fighter known to have mastered all forms of unarmed combat, his repertoire apparently includes all the well-known fighting styles such as karate, boxing, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, street fighting, and so on, as well as many more esoteric ones such as the Udon or Uzunde style, an actual system used in the Motobu Ryo of karate. It's a special type of karate. Since the age of 16, he's been fighting in battles with just his bare hands when he fought against both the Americans and the Viet Cong in the Vietnam War. Since then, he appears to have attained a respect for the American forces, even going so far as to declare enmity towards him with each new president. Yujiro has, which makes me wonder, how would Yujiro handle our today's president? How would you think Trump would deal with Yujiro Hanma? Yujiro also has a complete and full understanding of the human body and anatomy, and essentially has complete medical knowledge on each organ, muscle, and their respective functions. Jesus. So this man is a complete and utter monster. But so is Ken. So Ken was a normal kid, and then due to a bad date, got infected with pretty much, after inheriting Riz Kemishiru's, inherited her Kakuyo, which is essentially like ghoul physiology, ghoul traits. He's displayed a unique healing factor, as well as Ryakaku Gagun, and increased physical power due to his hybrid vigor. Hybrids are said to be stronger than pure blood ghouls. Now his Rinkaku Ganun, basically it sprouts tentacles from his body. He can sprout up to 8 that have hands. They're quite powerful, capable of enough force to damage V14 pillars. I'm guessing those are pretty strong. He's noted to have a better control over his Kagun, the natural-born ghouls. So yeah, and then you have his Rinkaku Kakuja. After consistent cannibalization, he starts to take different forms. Most of them are centipede-like in nature, or insect-like in nature. He takes blades, a shell. If he goes to his final form, basically he was able to go under a large transformation, which took the form pretty much of kind of like a dragoness head giant centipede that was able to wrap around a skyscraper. Let's see, he can generate tentacles that can cut through tanks and upturn portions of concrete. He can generate his armor shells are enough to resist artillery fire. He can also generate lifeless husks from his body, which is apparently a trait shared by the original One-Eyed King at the height of his power. Among the gun ranges, he can produce golems out of his body in order to defend himself against foes while he is stationary. So he's pretty powerful in that form. Let's also not forget, though, that even in normal human form, he's got superhuman strength, which he accidentally knocked him unconscious. Knocked a character called Banhyo, who I'm assuming is a pretty big guy, unconscious with an elbow. He was able to rip a lamppost from asphalt and strike one of Bin brothers with it. When fighting a character known as Ayato Kurishima, he forcibly smashed Ayato through multiple floors of the 11th floor ward building during this sparring session with Banjo. Ken threw the goal around without much effort. His speed is also capable of evading condensed projectiles while assaulting. He engaged a character in a fight, was traveling immense speed quick enough that it was not able to track his location. In a fight with some other character, he was able to maneuver and dodge rapid Kuya attacks. So he's got a pretty good swiftness to him. He's not bolt time, unfortunately, but yeah. Enhanced endurance. He can survive a lot. His healing factor is quite. Durability comes from a big factor of his regeneration, which during his torture at the hands of he continues to regenerate his fingers and toes for days. He's recuperated from the injuries inflicted Versace and recovered from a hole he received upon fighting Amon. He survives his fight with Arima and heals his injuries, albeit with the cost of losing his memory. In something. He recovers from being consecutively pierced by Negishi's Kagun, as well as surviving attacks from that. In his final battle, he had rapidly regenerated his many fatal wounds was fighting the investigator. So his regeneration is to the point where even mortal wounds aren't gonna get, unless he is probably beaten to an absolute, like his brain, like with a ghoul. Unless you probably like beat his brain in and just destroyed that, you probably wouldn't kill him, or at least it would take a great deal to kill him. He's also got high pain tolerance where he broke his own leg and really smiled from it. He's got swordsman abilities, as he can use his blades as swords, kind of, or his tentacles as swords, and excuse me. Oh, sorry about that. When facing adversaries, he often uses an intellect and carefully planning to quickly and efficiently take out his foes. Ken comprehends technical depth work and also understands martial arts and styles by reading about them in a book. Yeah, okay, let's be clear. In terms of the straight hand-to-hand fighter here, Yujiro's got him beat hands down. That's not in question. Now, in the world of Baki the Grappler, there are no real monsters, supernatural beings, or anything like that. The closest thing would be Yujiro himself. Granted, there's like the Yasha ape, which is like this ape that lives in the woods. There's giant bears and stuff like that. There's powerful individuals, but there's nothing supernatural. This is clearly supernatural. However, they demonstrated that Yujiro has gone up against missile fire, actual fire, lightning, bullets, unfazed, completely unfazed. Nothing penetrated his skin. He stopped freaking earthquakes with his fist, for God's sake. He's got in-depth knowledge of the human body and organs, so he knows how to manipulate those. He knows every martial art and unarmed combat techniques there are. He is a bullet time and speed. So in terms of, okay, let's say theoretically speaking this fight goes down. Let's say Yujiro somehow, there's ghouls and Yujiro's having fun just beating the tar out of ghouls now. Just these guys won't go down, and that means I can just keep going and going. He's just having fun, just going crazy and fun, and the ghouls are scared as hell because none of the ghouls so far have been able to they bite him. It's like, what's the matter? What's the matter? Let me help you. There starts forcing the ghoul, trying to force a ghoul down on him. Just bite him, and it's breaking the ghoul's teeth. Just and it just breaks his head and just kills him. Like something he's tried to eat. And then boom. So then Ken comes in, and Ken, seeing this guy just mercilessly slaughter these ghouls, is like, this guy must be a ghoul too. So now it's like, oh, you want to go too? And then the fight commences, and immediately tentacles come out, and the fight goes down, and Ken's gonna do his best, try to hit him. Yujiro's just gonna come on, like that, and then just comes in, just boom, 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 starts smashing, just boom, comes about to smash him, and just ends like, come on. It's like, will someone just give me a real challenge? Tentacle grabs his arm, just and just grabs it. It's like, how about this? And then just tentacles come and try, mind you, to pierce Yujiro. Oh God, it's Yujiro Hanma. Yeah, Yujiro. It is Yujiro. Okay. Just try to pierce it, but he gets thrown back. He doesn't get pierced. And even Ken's just like, I didn't pierce his body. He's like, hey, I kind of felt that. So you got a bit more spunk than the last lot. That's great. It's like, so this should be fun. And then just kind of gets right into a stance and charges them. He immediately, he starts eating some of the ghoul corpses there. There's a so he's starting to get into his more powerful forms. Goes into that second or third form with a blade, or I can't remember exactly which one it was, but the one with the blades, and kind of tries to cut Yujiro, and Yujiro just ching, and the blade nearly just breaks on his skin. Nearly, it cracks. And Ken's just like, the hell is this guy? What kind of ghoul are you? He's like, ghoul? Poof! And this headbutts him. Just like, It's like, what the hell's a ghoul? Kicks him. Now, and breaks rips the arms off. His arms quickly start to regenerate. He's like, now he's just like, I'm gonna kill you, and then just starts eating him again, and gets the carapace and stuff on him now, and tries again. He just breaks through the carapace because, again, punches with the strength of a freaking earthquake. So just breaks through that again, and at some point, like you say, he gets to that giant final form where he just turns into a monster. But before this, like, well, this has been boring. All of a sudden, he just turns into this monster, and Jiro sees this, and he does get out of the way. Just, and he's looking up, he's like, well, that's not something you see every day. But this should be fun, then. just comes in to punch him, and then he sends the tentacles this way, and they kind of bat Yujiro around, and keep him at bay for a while. Just he's like, this is annoying. I can't get near him. Just throws like a car at him, just slices through the car. Then he brings out the ghouls or the golems, like. Yujiro's like, it's like, I don't want you. I want the big guy. And then boom, but just smashes through the golems like it's nothing. So Yujiro basically just finally gets up there, and the dragon centipede form of him finally just goes, rah! It just punches him in. Then, because he's so small comparatively, he's like this big, so it's just, and that would be it. You'd think, except for the fact that, in terms of sheer power, compared to what Yujiro has actually gone up against and, not been hurt by, yeah, he's still alive in his stomach, and then he just starts ripping, with the vast knowledge of the human anatomy that he has. He would just start ripping him apart from the inside, targeting like the heart and everything like that. Now, granted, he would regenerate, but he's just gonna be just having the ever-loving crap kicked out of him from the inside out. Eventually, Yujiro would be like, okay, none of these are working. Let's try this one, and goes for the brain. And I'm going to assume that the brain would be the kill spot because, with zombies, that's where you hit the brain. That's where all the function is. So just blows his brain out eventually from the inside, and then Ken just collapses dead. Just so, yeah. Yujiro Hanma takes this pretty handedly, and I say that because when you break it down, I don't think Ken actually has anything that could hurt Yujiro. I don't think he has anything to hurt Yujiro Hanma, because Yujiro Hanma has survived, again, lightning, fire, gunfire, missiles. As far as I know, he doesn't have anything that's that strong. And again, we also go reaction speed. He's far faster. Does obviously martial arts background easily trumps him, and he's got the strength again of an earthquake, for God's sake, in his punches. So that's not even at his full strength probably. So if you can think of a legitimate way that Ken wins the fight, please let me know. Otherwise, I gotta give this simply to Yujiro Hanma 100% of the time. There is no. If it were someone else who had like actual different ability, like reality warping or magic or something like that, that'd be different. But the problem is none of his abilities, none of Ken's abilities really are like energy based or like magic based. They are supernatural based, but they all just do kind of melee damage is the problem. And the amount of melee damage they do is just not enough to hurt Yujiro for everything we've seen him take. So I have to go with the Yujiro 100% of the time in this fight. But again, if you can think of a way that he does win, let me know. Put in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, superhero, magic, what if, anything I do on the channel, put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. Now, tomorrow was going to be Pacific Rim Uprising. However, due to some rescheduling at work, I have to do a closing shift, so I'm not going to catch a movie tomorrow night. I will catch the movie on Friday night instead. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you.